Well, good morning, all. Ira Epstein with your morning flash update, and this update is for the morning of Thursday, and we're now at the 15th of January, halfway through the month, 2026. We're about 8:10 a.m. Central Time. Well, as you can see, the metal market's getting a little bit of a hit here. Interesting play that is taking place. The president is actually changing, in the midst of changing, I should say, what the tariff rules might be on some material metals. And that has taken the pressure off the market. He sees the squeeze that it's causing. And now we'll find out what he does. So you're down about $2.50 in the silver, 10 cents in the copper market, platinum down a little bit, but gold getting hit $34. No surprise there. In addition, you're coming down today in the energy markets. And probably the reason has to do with the president saying that he has gotten assurances from Iran's government that they will not be executing any more prisoners, people that have been held, and so on and so forth. That doesn't mean that those people can't be shot in the streets, and we've seen that by some accounts, 3,500 people have been killed. But as for the executions of people in public squares and hangings and so on, he has been given that assurance, and that changed how the market looked at things, because it might mean no attack on Iran, no attack, freeze up oil through the Strait of Hormuz. That so goes the thinking. Grain markets today getting a little bit of a bid right here, as you can see. I'm not saying it's great, but you can see they're back to putting on the meal oil spread, so that thing has gone from one side to the other. The dollar's continuing with a stronger bid, and that puts pressure on most of the foreign currency markets. Bonds and notes, well, they're responding to this morning's data. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The New York Empire State Manufacturing Survey came out with an increase. The market was expected up 1 point instead of the negative prior that we had the month before, to a positive 7.7. The employment index, though, did slip. That is concerning. New orders were up. You still had a nice positive trend going in prices received. Prices paid went up. We are looking at the inventory index down, which is good. You're pulling out of that. And the shipments, you can see, would be up. And that proves that the inventory index is drawing there. The Philly Fed Business Activity Index, for a change, is a positive number. It hasn't done that in a while. Prices paid continue to go up, along with the employment index, but not at the pace that it was last month. Nice jump in new orders. Index for inventory down, and the shipments were up sharply, following the trend that we see in the New York Fed. Then we get to the all-important jobless claims and continuing claims, and both numbers were down. So the fears that the Fed has about need to cut interest rates to help the jobs market seems to be diminishing. In fact, it's diminished so much that if you look at the CME FedWatch page, you don't see much of a chance at all that we're going to get anything that's going to happen in a positive manner under Fed Chair Powell. He'll be gone before the markets think the next hike would take place. Then we get to the import-export price headline. And the November import prices were up 0.4. They actually thought they'd be down, and they were flat the month before. The export prices went up 3.3%. The prior month they were flat, and petroleum prices were down 2.5%. Last, President Trump has put a 25% tariff on any of the H200 chips that Nvidia might sell to China, that Nvidia imports, if you will. It goes on their books, actually, from TCMC. And TCMC, by the way, the Taiwan manufacturing company, wow, blowout numbers, absolute blowout numbers, and full guidance for the year, increases of 30% plus. They're going to continue expansion of factories and the like. They're going to be building more even in America. So this is all good news that you're seeing from that part. I want to remind any of you that use a TradingView. We work with TradingView, and you can put all the indicators that I have onto your TradingView. It uses very few pairs to do it. If you're a TradingView user, you understand what I'm saying. You'll get my Bollinger Bands, my slow stochastic with my formula in it. I'll make an area for your window envelopes on the slow stochastics, as I said. Instead of the old way, you'll see the new way. And something that I think is important are outside day bars will show up for you. Now, you can turn off any of these features that you want. You can modify them. That's fully up to you. How do you get this? It's pretty simple. You just go to iraepstein.com. On the far upper right, you'll see customer resources. Give it a click there. You'll see the trading view. Sign up for it and we'll turn it on, send you an email that it's on. You turn off your trading view, you turn it back on, and everything appears. I'm Ira. Have yourself a great morning. I'll catch up with you all at the end of the day updates.